of what just happened in Paris, I think we need to have a lot of very important conversations. Now, in this particular video, I'm only going to discuss one single issue, but make no mistake that in the days and weeks and months to come, the horrible tragedy that happened in Paris will spur a lot of very, very important conversations, and rightly so. They are things that we have ignored for far too long in this country. It's simply unfortunate that it took a tragedy on this scale to bring about these types of conversations and this line of thought for far too many Americans out there. Now, as a side note, very quickly, I do want to say that we, as citizens of this country, should be demanding, screaming right now, that our country, our government, do everything it can to help France in their time of need. They have not always been our best friend, but they have been a friend, and they've been there for us when we needed them. It's time for us to return the favor. Now, as far as the meat of this particular conversation, I want to talk about the threat, the real threat. Islamic terrorism, ISIS, Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Qaeda, whatever you want to call it. It all comes from the same place. You know, we as a country have been attacked all over the world by Islamic fundamentalists, by terrorists, for well over 20 years, steadily. And we ignore it. As a nation, the vast majority of people ignore it. It took over 3,000 people dying on 9/11 to finally get somebody's attention, but a few years later, people forgot about it again. And the liberal, PC, diversity-obsessed mindset has once again set root in the minds of this country. They won't address the problem. They won't even admit there is a problem. Yet it's here. And we've seen proof of that in Paris. And make no mistake that ISIS, the ones who did this, their end goal is to pull off a similar attack on an even grander scale here in this country. That is what they want to do. And make no mistake, many of them are probably already here. We need to take this threat seriously as a nation. It's been far too long that too many people have been ignoring this, and too few people are willing to stand up and say this is a problem. If you don't see the problem, use this. See it for what it is now. Open your eyes. But if you're a liberal, PC douchebag who sees the problem and continues to ignore it, go fuck yourself.